Hello, welcome. My name is Timothy Anetia, and the last video I uploaded, I promised us I'm going to come back to us in the next 24 hours and upload a video that will show us simple ways to create effective product banners using Canva. Yeah, using Canva. All right, so I actually tried to advise us against just uploading product images when creating art. You know, if you watched the last video, I took us through the process, the right way to create your product image. To use your product image and for your creatives and text creative as well. All right, the right pattern for your product creative and your text creative when creating art. Also, I talked about the best art format to choose when creating your ad as well. So I actually suggested that you do not just upload your product image without creating something that looks a little bit attractive to the eyes, because before anyone even gets to know the features of your products, they need to first get attracted to it by seeing it first. All right, so I actually suggested I was going to do this video. So quickly, I'm going to take us to Canva, where I'm going to teach us simple ways to create products creative for your arts and social media. All right, so if you have if you're in the line of fashion, skincare, and all that, so you should know that before any of your products goes out, it needs to be placed on a simple banner, unique text, price captured on it, and simple maybe call to action, maybe your phone number or your website on it as well. So as simple as that sounds, many people do not know how to create it. So this is why we are here. I'm going to show you step by step how to do this. So quickly, first thing you need to do is go to where we have canva.com. Now this is where the advantages. When you have your products banner, for instance, when you have created your ad, and then your ad is not just plain text, and then it has a simple design. It projects you, first of all, as a professional. Now, take, for instance, check all the top brands who are part of your competitors. Take a cue from what they do. Don't just wake up and try to do whatever comes to your mind. You know, in my last video, I took you through how you can actually monitor what your competitors are doing. I cited an example in the area of gadgets and accessories. If you are into gadgets and accessories, I actually showed us how you can get to see what your competitors are doing. I took us on how to identify your competitors. You can go to Google and search for who offers similar products or service. Okay, from there we went to Facebook, where I actually showed us one of those who are top competitors in gadgets and accessories, which is Oraimo. And from there, I showed us the kind of art they do and what they do best and what is working for them and what you should also duplicate and adjust for your own product and for your own brand. All right, so one of the things that top brands do is that they do not just display their products because they have access to social media. They do not just hold their product at hand and snap and post it on social media. They are conscious of their visuals. They are very conscious of their content. All right, they are very conscious of the kind of content they broadcast to any of their social media platform, their website, and any of the kind of products, the kind of product image they use on their ad. So what should you do? What should you consider at this point? One of the things you must consider is that you have to understand what works and what should be done daily. So your social media product image does not need to be so plain and doesn't need to be so busy. All right, when creating the content, you have to be creative enough to make sure that you are placing it the right way, and to make sure that the contents are not so much, and to make sure that the right information is captured. All right, for instance, I actually explained, if you check what Oraimo, if you're in the area of gadgets, they capture the major, take notes, the major features. All right, for instance, for the power bank, which was one of the examples we said, the power bank showed us that the first three keys of that particular Oraimo power bank was there. And then what they needed to do was to just give you the first three features. Hours it lasts, all right? The MHA of the battery, that's the life, the kind of battery size, all right? The feature of the port, USB ports, all right? So those three things were important and they needed to be captured. Now, if you are selling shoes, the three major things must be captured, all right? The sole type, you know, we have the rubber sole and we have the leather sole, all right? Most people will call it soft sole. You have to capture that. Is it soft sole? Is it hard sole, which is it can be attributed to, it can be called leather sole. Is it leather sole or is it hard sole? All right, so you have to specify this. All right, so is it slip-on or lace up? It can be specified. Is it suede or leather? All right, so at the same time, we have two different kinds of suede and we have two different kinds of leather. We have the soft skin and we have the Italian leather. And then we also have the suede type that is easily cleared, and we have the Italian suede material. All right, so you have to capture these so that people will know the quality of what they are getting, so they don't need to start asking you before they know. All right, so quickly here, how do we create this simple design using Canva? All right, Canva is a globally used platform at the moment for simple product images. So they make life easier for those who are not technically inclined. For instance, you know, someone like me, I easily can use Photoshop for my design. All right, this is I easily can use Photoshop. I easily can use CorelDRAW, but of course, CorelDRAW is not for web graphics. I can easily use Photoshop or Fireworks for this kind of graphics. But then I want to make this very easy for you. If you are not technically inclined, that is, you are just a business person who runs a retailing business or who produce your own product, but you are not satisfied rather. You're not satisfied by just snapping your product and putting it like that. You want to give it a little design and look professional, place your logo on it and appear more professional with your approach. All right, so quickly, come with me. The first thing we need to do is to come to where we have, just type canva.com on your web browser. All right, and then it will load out the interface we have here. All right, so this is it. This is what we are going to have if it is your first time on Canva. All right, so also if it is your first time on my channel, I will like you to just click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. I upload interesting videos on my channel 3 times weekly, and it will really help your business. If you go through all my videos, you will see that they are very insightful and practical. I go straight to the point and share with you insightful and practical videos that will help your business grow. I share in the line of marketing, I share in the line of technology and tools, also lifestyle. All right, so be sure to turn on the notification, and then the notification bell as well, and also subscribe. So and give me a thumbs up to this video if you get value at the end of the day. Also, don't forget to drop a comment. Let me know, let me hear from you. That will also help this video to go a little bit viral for more people to get to see it. All right, so let's go further. When you come in here, what are you trying to do? So instead of you coming here to just, you can quickly go to where we have this search and just type banner. All right, that comes up. Now we can actually look at what type of banner do we need. Okay, so let's just come here, banner, landscape. No, we have portrait, we have landscape kind of banner as well. All right, so let's come here and look at banner landscape. Now, there is something I need to let you understand. Okay, so let's go before then. I will explain about this. If you are creating art, there is a particular required measurements. So most of the art requirements is actually not rectangle, rather is square. Yeah, it's actually in a square shape, not less than 600 by 600. Yeah, the pixel, the height and the width must not be less than 600 by 600. Take note of that. All right, so just scroll down to see the one that can function as example here. So I'm going to use this free accounts for you to learn from, so that, you know, with paid account, I have a lot of privileges. So this will actually help in case you are also using free account. I want to use this my free account in case what we are using is equally a free account, so you can have you are not having we are not having enough privileges. You don't have a lot of privileges, just like I don't have here on this particular account. You know, on the paid account, there are so many privileges that you can have. All right, so quickly, I'm going to scroll. Let's just see the one that we can try to work with. Now, once you see this, you will know that it's pro. You can see this something like a crown. You saw that this is a pro. You must have a paid account to be allowed to use this. Okay, so just keep checking. The most important, the most interesting type of designs here will always be a paid ones, the one that you must be a paid subscriber. But I don't know, if you can afford to pay to subscribe, I will advise that you do so. Also, if you can, you know, they have the yearly and they have the monthly, but I'm sure I'm using this particular pattern to just show you that you can actually also maximize the class up without actually having to subscribe to the plan. Okay, so quickly, I'm going to choose one, and we can actually make every adjustment from it. Okay, so let's say we go with this. All right, so while this loads out here, this is just an example that is showing here. You can see this is an example design already done. So for instance, now, if you want to use this particular one and you don't want to pay, just want to use everything the way it is. Okay, so what I will advise you, what would just happen here would have just been to come here and upload an image. You can just upload an image down here. Okay, so let's say this particular image here, just uploading this image here would have just been what we do. But we're going to create something from the very scratch. You can see this. All right. Okay, so probably would have sent this back and then reduce this a little bit. But now this is not what we are interested in. All right, so this would have just stayed here, but we're actually not interested in this particular one. We want to create something more interesting. Okay, so let's go and start something really interesting here. Now, we still have more samples here. You can see more design samples here that we can actually use. Okay, so looking at this, we can actually use this as well. You can see this particular one here. So imagine if we remove this. Now, if you remove this place now stays. Okay, so, but then we can convert this, remove all this. These are sample contents. Remove all these as well. And then come down to change the background. Okay, or change the background to, all right, maybe that blue is too sharp. Okay, so let's make a little adjustments. All right, so that's another blue there. This is another blue here. I think I prefer this. I'll rather go with this. Now, if you come to where you have elements, all right, let's do something. Even if I didn't do this, if I just click on circle, click on C, all right, on my keyboard, if I press C, it gives me the circle. All right, so I'm just gonna make adjustments here. Make adjustments till it fits. Now I'm gonna change the color. If you can choose to make this white. Now, one thing you need to understand about using Canva is that you need to also be a little bit conversant with color combinations. All right, what I mean by color combination, you don't have to be a very core graphic designer. All right, you don't have to be a core graphic designer before you can actually use Canva. All right, so you can just, if you understand how to combine your dress, all right, if you're a woman, you understand how to combine your top and your trouser, your shoe, and your bag. You know how to combine those. As a man, you know how to combine your dresses as well, the kind of shirts that should go with the kind of suit. If you understand these simple colors, you can actually combine these. All right, so the most important thing you should note is that don't use more than 2 colors in one design, and don't use more than 2 fonts in one design to make it professional. All right, so as it stands now, if you check here, we have white and this. All right, so if I choose to go with this, it means that this color aligns with this particular color. All right, so I can actually choose to leave it this way. Now, if we go to this particular image now and bring it here, let's say this is a product image we want to use. All right, if I expand it a little, all right, take note when you are adjusting your image. So unlike Photoshop, on Canva, you don't need to hold down the shift key on your keyboard in order to make a stretch of an image. All right, always note that it is stretched from this angle, but on Canva, if you stretch from here, you are just expanding and it may cut. You can see this actually cuts. So I will undo that. So always stretch from this corner. All right, so now we can actually flip this. Okay, we can flip this. Look at this. We can flip this horizontally. Okay, you can see the flip here. I actually flip that horizontally so that it can face this other side. All right, so if you want to rotate this, you can actually rotate this. You see this button here, you see this particular sign here, yeah, that's what will help us to rotate. So I'll press my button and hold, and I'm rotating it with that. Okay, now let's go to where we have edit. All right, under the edit, we have okay, come down here. Let's see what we have here. Different image here, if it will be necessary or not. But then let's put a little shadow to it. Let's put shadow to it. Okay, most times your network, because we are working with internet, can here, just click here again, come here, click on the shadow, give it this. Okay, just observe where the shadow is, and that doesn't seem better for me. No. Okay, let's try this. No. Okay, so let's apply this. Although we can actually make adjustments in terms of contrast here as well. So you can see all the adjustments here. Okay, so quickly, the next thing we can consider doing here is remove all these ones that came with it, except you are comfortable the way they are and you just want to have the same, just want to leave it that same way. All right, so I'm not okay with the colors. Not okay with the colors, so I'm going to change these colors to these. Let's see what happens there first. No, that wouldn't be good. Okay. Okay, so I rather go with this. All right, so that can be attributed to off-white. That can be called off-white. All right, so I'd rather go with this. And so what should your text design look like? So I can just press T here. And like I said, your content is very important. How you are going to write the content and place it is also very important, but then your content remains very important. So if I say flash sales, okay, seems quite small. All right, let's expand this. Let's expand this. Okay, so now we can change the font size, the font type. Come here to the fonts. This is the font here. Let's check the font type that we'll likely use here. Okay, let's just check something bold. Okay, All right, so they are too far from each other. So if you look at this, spacing, line spacing, letter spacing. So this is about the line spacing. They were too far from each other. So I just adjusted that backward a bit, so they can be somehow close to each other. All right, so let's reduce it a little bit. Okay, and all right, I'm increasing only the flash to get to the level of the cells. Okay, so what color would you rather use here? All right, flash cells. Okay, now I can actually choose, this is not supposed to be this big. Okay, so I can choose to use another option, save 20%. All right, save 20%. Okay, save 20% on today's flash sales. All right, save 20% on today's flash sales. Okay. Compare just. We arrange a font type and features there. Compare just. Uh, okay. So of course they shouldn't be looking for the price. You should make the price easy for them to identify. All right, so don't just place the price like that, put it on a box. So if you click on, if you press R there, um, that's a rectangle. All right, button R simply is a rectangle. All right, let's remove this. Okay, one of them has to go to the back. The text should go to the back. Sorry, the image rather should go to the back. So the text should be at the top. So the we have to choose a different color for this. All right, Now we can decide that we need something that is a bit, that has a rounded, okay. Network is somehow slow. Okay, so just come to where you have the elements, and then you see different shapes here. So we use this. All right, so expanding this a little. All right, of course, change the color. Okay, so we can use that. I've always advised, let your customers don't be looking for, let them not be, just quickly here. We'll go to the elements. We'll get to the elements here and then pick the one with radius. We're going to pick the rectangle with radius. This particular one here actually has radius of about 10, but looks heavy by the other corner. Look at the difference. Okay, so you've seen the expansion. That's not the one I want us to use. All right. This is actually the type I would have loved us to use, but it's not loading out. You may have to refresh. You may have to refresh for it to load out. Okay, let's use this one. Yeah, let's use this one. Just bring it in here and expand it a little. All right, make the right adjustments, and of course change the font, change the color to this. All right, so look at this. Save 20% on today's flash sales and pay just 28,999 naira. Then now let's go to where we have contacts. All right, so place your contact here. All right, just type your phone number, your details here. Okay, just put your phone, maybe your phone contacts here. Okay, so what I would like to show you here is that you can actually come here and bring up something, WhatsApp icon, sorry, just type WhatsApp icon. Okay, so with that, you can actually add an icon to it. Okay, I would always advise that you go for the one that has the PNG type. You can see this one has a copyright on it that can be used. Okay, we can actually go with this. We can go with this. So let's save it. Now, if you copy this like this and come here, it's actually one of the benefits of if you come here, it will have the logo on it. Okay, you can see this one. This is why you always have to check for the one that looks like this. So it means that it's a PNG format, so it will not give you issue of cropping. But if by any means you have the one that requires cropping, if you have some, okay, let's say something like this that you have to crop, okay, you know, if you copy this and bring it here, if you copy this and bring it here, just paste it. If you copy it and paste it here, have I pasted that? Okay, let's copy it again. Let's refresh this. All right, so let's refresh this and we've refreshed that. Let me paste. Now you can see this particular one has a background. So you cannot use it with the background like this. So there is a particular way, a very easy way. Okay, let's take for example, I save this. So you don't actually need to understand how to crop out image on using Photoshop. Alright, if I save these on my desktop, okay, if I just save it on my desktop now, and then you come to where you have this particular link, remove.bg. Come to remove.bg, and then you can use that to crop out the image. All right, upload this, upload image. Okay, so yes, that's the W. Here, that will be the image. Just come down here, and you can see it has cropped out. It has cropped out the area that is not needed, and then it is leaving you with the area you need. So if you copy this and bring up here, of course, you can actually save and upload. You can see, you can actually also save and upload, but then always check for the one that will not give you extra stress. So just reduce this and then bring it here, reduce it some more. All right, so place it. Another thing you need to be careful about when creating simple design like this is we have to be logical about your measurements. So you have to just check, use your logical mind to measure the space between here and here. All right, so now we have to arrange these right. All right, so this is actually okay, save 20%. Now you can see that the font size of these and these are not the same, and the font size of these and these are not the same. So this and this must be the same font size. So this is about 181, and remember the same font type. So 181, I would just come here and make this, reduce this here, or I could have just typed 181. Just reduce it here to 181, and you can see now they have the same font size. Okay, so make sure that they are aligned in arrangement as well. Okay, so it is very simple, but it looks good. But if you can actually still try. Should I leave this as white? All right, and then the inside as well as white. If this makes more sense to you, then you can leave it as white. And then you can see, save 20% on today's flash sales and pay just 28,999 naira only. Now, this is it. You have your social media promotional content now. So you don't have to just post your product image just like that. It doesn't make sense posting your product image just like that. By this now, you have your product's content, you have your content right now, your creative image. I mean, your product design, so to say. Yeah, it's a media contents for you to use now while making your social media broadcast. Imagine if you had just gone to post only the picture of this shoe and then type all this, right? It doesn't make that much a sense. All right, so I believe this actually made good sense to you. Now we are still going to do another design without templates. We are going to do another design without template. But so far, if you are new on this channel, I actually will advise that you click on the subscribe button and then turn on the notification bell. Also, you can as well share this video so that more people can get to view it. You're also helping me to help this video go viral. At the same time, give a thumbs up and then a comment. Yeah, all right. So this particular time, I'm going to show you how to create without a template. You know, this particular one here, we actually use a template. So I'm going to go and show you how to use no template for it. All right. So if we just go to home, okay, now let's go back here. Let's go back here. All right. So this particular one, if we go back to the home, all right, let's use the one that will have the art kind of banner. All right, the kind of measurements that we may need. Okay, let's say social media, Instagram. Yeah, let's say Instagram post. Instagram post will take not less than 600 by 600. That's height and width. All right, so we are just going to use any one just to maintain that width. But of course, that wouldn't take us anything. All right, customize this. Okay, so I'm going to alter, I'm not going to use this template at all. I'm going to use a different one entirely. So I'm just going to add a new thing here. All right, add new. So this is it. It's from the very scratch. All right, nothing has been added here. The first thing we are going to do here, let's just search for gradients background. All right, if we don't see something that we like here, so what we need to do, just come here and to Google and type abstract background. Abstract background. So let's just choose something very simple but nice. Something very simple but very nice for us to use. Will this go well? Will this go well for what we want to do? Okay, let's see. Let's see if it will go well. What colors? Okay, this is it. So I'm going to paste this here. I just copied and pasted it. All right. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do here will be bringing that shoe here again. Now you need to know if the color of the shoe matches with the color of the background. So let's flip this again. All right. Now let's expand this so we can at least get to see. Okay. Increase this. Increase this. All right, let's make these fit so that before we expand this, so that we'll know what we are doing exactly. Okay, so do something, just press start for line L. The L will give us a straight line. All right, so I'm going to copy and paste this. Okay, and okay, so I should have actually increased. Okay, so let's delete this first. Increase the line a little before we copy and paste. All right. So come down here we have to rotate it a little, adjust it a little more. Okay. So let's extend this. Okay, so extend this also. Now copy and paste again. Make the right adjustments. All right, now let's try a different color. Let's try a different color. All right. Let's try a different color. Okay, so come up. Let's let's adjust this. All right. We'll actually change this background. I don't like the background. It's kind of dull. Background is actually dull. You know, something that has to attract the eyes first is very important. It has to attract the eyes first in all. Okay, so let's come here. Let's actually amplify the background a little bit. Come to edit. All right. Okay, so put a little brightness to the background. All right, so let's have this. All right, but for the product image, usually the product image on this background shouldn't be blue. That is why you see, that's one of the reasons I'm trying to change the color of the background. The reason I'm trying to change the color of the background. All right, so let's look for something more unique that can bring out the beauty of that background. I mean, the beauty of that shoe. All right, so I'm looking for something close to this, but this one is, all right, let's check this. Okay, quickly here, come up, copy this. Just come up here, paste this here. Send to back. All right, this one is too shouty. Okay. All right, so it becomes too shouty. All right, so this stays here. Okay, I prefer this now. We have this here. So instead of this color, we're going to have white. We're going to have white. All right, so you can actually play with different colors there. So now let's put our text here. Okay, so save 20%. Now take notes. This is actually a design. Your contents should not cross this line. Your content should not cross that line. Okay, save 20% today. Okay, they just, of course, you should be able to know this is not a content class. You're able to come up with your content on this. They just, all right, so there has to be a button here. All right, go to your elements and then get a button for this. All right, so the button will stay here. And let's give the button a color. Now you can see that the button has two colors here. And then this particular one, that's the outer and the inner color. So the outer color should not be blue. The outer color should rather be this, but that's too loud. All right, I prefer this. Prefer that about the outer color. And then let's see. Okay, so now the top can rather be white. Or try a different color. Now, that doesn't go with the background. This background here is close to wine color. So red will go, but the red, this particular red seems somehow not too good for it. All right, so this red will go. And then the text, shop now. Okay, so check out for the text line. All right, to adjust it. Okay, so shop now. Then the price. Remember, I always advise let your price be very visible. Let your price be very visible. Now, don't bother having two buttons. All right. If you have a button already for your shop now, you shouldn't have a button again for your price. Okay. Don't bother having two buttons. Okay. Save 20% today, and pay just 28,000 naira. Okay. All right. Another beautiful thing that can come here is plus free delivery. Now we can then look at okay, reduce this and then bring it out here. Okay. All right, so all right, so take this one a little bit up. Take that one up a little bit there, and take this up also. Okay. All right, now you can actually put a call to action here. You can actually put a call to action here. Maybe there's already a call to action shop now, so but you can put your contacts here. You can put your contacts visibly so that those that have something to ask can just easily ask without having to start looking for your contact. All right. If they have anything to ask, they can easily chat you to ask for it. All right. Remember, we've uploaded our WhatsApp logo already. Just adjust it enough. And then if you have a website, just type it there. All right. Just type your website there. Okay. Should be the same font type, the same font size. The thing is 33. Yeah, 33.6, 33.6. Now that's aligns. Okay, so this product image is not the product image you could have used here, but this is for learning purposes. Okay, this is for learning purposes. All right, this particular background was suitable for this product image. All right, on this particular one, we should have used a different product image, but I just wanted to show you the fact that now one thing you need to understand is take a look at this between these ends to where the text starts is too close, whereas we have a gap here. So there should always be the same thing. The space from here to where it starts should be the same thing from this other end as well. So we make adjustments accordingly. All right. Oh no. Okay. So the three will now go together. All right. Okay. Now, let's see to this as well. Okay, so the background followed us. Let's return that. All right, so adjustment has been done accordingly. Adjustment done accordingly. So now, this is simple. We'll go on this as well. All right, so that stays. Okay, so I want to believe you learned something from this particular video that will help your e-commerce. I believe you learned something in this video that will help your e-commerce. That will help your e-commerce and other simple designs you may need using this particular Canva, using Canva. All right, so don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to give me a thumb up and also let me know what you think in the comments. If you got value, tell me in the comment section as well. Also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Tomorrow, we are going to have another video from me, and then it's always going to be insightful and practical. I come your way again. Take care.